It is a little known fact that there are at least 20 Hull and Grimsby deep-sea fishing vessels sunk within eyesight of the Goodwin Sands. It has not been the fish stocks that have attracted these vessels to their doom, but 2 world wars. Arctic and North Sea trawlers were an ideal jack-of-all-trades craft for the Royal Navy. The majority were easily converted into minesweepers and anti-submarine vessels. These gallant little ships made up the mainstay of the Dover Patrol. Throughout the First World War, it was estimated that the trawlers had swept the equivalent of 12 times around the earth just to keep the Dover Straits shipping lanes relatively clear of mines. The total complement of crew on a trawler would be at least 10 hands, which ranged from the skipper to the decky learner. Although now that they had become Navy personnel, they were ranked lieutenant to ordinary seamen. Most of these men were ex-fishermen, whose calling had been disrupted by the war. Nevertheless, these brave men were patriotic enough to volunteer as soon as they were needed. They were a rough and ready lot with characters to match. The streets of Dover reverberated on many a Saturday night to their northern accents. Slowly but surely they realised the dangers of war and conformed to orders and discipline. Their increasing duties gave them less time for the beer, and they always worked with will. They became fearless and did not question their tasks that, at times, were hard and dirty. It was their courage that helped Britain win the war. Although most of these vessels had a length of 120 feet and weighed around 250 tons, they were built to withstand conditions in Arctic waters. However, they were still susceptible to violent seas of the English Channel. The Saxon Prince was lost less than half a mile from the cliffs, opposite to where the Dover Patrol Memorial was erected as a monument to the brave men who crewed the small ships, between St Margaret's Bay and Kingsdown. On that stormy night in March 16, she did not return from patrol, and it was not until 1980s that divers managed to identify her position by finding the wreck. Even though some of the trawlers were rigged for minesweeping, it did not help the Aragonite. She was commissioned from the Kingston Steam Trawling Company. A magnetic mine exploded under her on the 22nd of September 1939 and lifted the 350-ton vessel out of the water. Although there were no fatalities, 4 of her crew were hospitalised with serious injuries. At that time, she was in the northwest corner of the anchorage in the Downs and drifted half a mile to be opposite Sandown Castle before she sank. Up until the late 1960s, there was a large green can wreck buoy marking her position, a sad reminder to the lost trawlers of the Dover Patrol.